So welcome to the Earthling EDC channel. My name is Phil, and on this channel we talk about small, compact EDC gear, stuff you might want to carry on your person to help make your day easier and resolve the issues and problems you might run into that need tools. And that's what we sort of specialize in here. We talk about tools, and I try to abuse tools, little tiny tools especially, and see how far we can push those tools to do things that maybe they were never designed for. And that's kind of what we're getting into today. So a few weeks back, I did a review of the Nextool F12. This is their mini flagship. This is the latest version they came out with, and I was very impressed with what they did. They spent a lot of time on resolving issues that they had on the old mini flagship, and this one took it to the next level. They changed up the steel on blades and things and did all sorts of interesting things. One of the very interesting things that they did was they put in two locking blades. One of the blades is actually a nail file. This one right here, it locks in position, but that gives you an opportunity to do some interesting things with this. And the immediate thing I thought was, what if we put a bit driver on there? So that's what I've been working on for the past couple of days. I finally got one that I think works pretty well. This like 3 or 4 iterations. So today we're going to talk about how to make one of these things for yourself if you're interested. And whether or not you even want to have one, because this tool has some limitations. It was never designed to take the torque that you might lay in on this thing. Yeah, let's get into it. See you in a bit. All right, so this is the Nextool. It is the mini flagship. This is the new version. This is the F12 version. I featured it in a past video a couple weeks ago. And what I did, because it was so cool looking, was it's got this locking file, as I mentioned previously. You can see up here how the locking mechanism works. Just click that down, press it down, and holds in. And then when you pop it up, you can see and pops closed, locks it in place. And that gives you a way to mount one of these on it. So this is a big extender that I've cut to size. I took a 1/2 inch, there's only a 1/2 inch remaining of the hex adapter on the bottom here. This is the 4mm standard 4mm bit holder. So I only left a 1/2 inch. I got a piece of plastic tubing, primarily from one of these. So this is a Bic round stick. I've used these in the past for making pens, EDC pens. Actually, I have a video on that if you want to take a look. There'll be a link in the description. But I cut it right about here where that B is. You can see it on the back side of this. There's where the B was. And if you line it up like that, you can see that's the distance. That's the exact point where I cut it. If you go much larger in the length of this, you won't be able to get it deep enough in here and it'll stick. You need to get it fairly close as possible to where that hex has been cut off at that 1/2 inch mark at the base of the big extender. If you try to do a longer push into it, it just keeps on grabbing onto this and not letting you go in any further. It cools off too quickly. So by the time you've pressed up there, most of the heat is dissipated or been sucked up by the metal here, and it won't let you go any further. So after doing this a few times, we found out this is the optimum distance, and yeah, you'll be able to get it right there to the back end of the bit holder. So when I do that, because I've cut it so tightly, it fits in there really nicely like that. So there's some video here showing you how this is set up and how I melted the plastic on the front of this over the stove and then forced it on there. And it's pretty much taking this plastic and just the tube and just putting it over the flame and doing it over and over again until it finally fits, heats up enough where you can take the extender like this one. This is from 711L. This is a brand new one that they just put on the market. I love this thing. The cool part about this is it accepts double-sided bits. It's specifically designed for double-sided bits. I've been looking for something like this for ages, literally for years. No one made one. Now they do. 711L did this, and this is not made with aluminum. This is steel. They've done some really cool things to this. I'm going to do another video on this separately, but if you want to try taking it to that level, so you'd heat up the tube. Here's the tube right here, and just get it soft. Do not cut the tube beforehand. Use the entire tube. This will give you something to hold over the flame as you're rotating around. And then when it gets hot enough, you're going to take this, the back end, it'll probably be this upper portion right here, and you're just going to push the plastic directly over until it comes flush to the back of the bit holder. And you'll end up with something that looks like this. So this is flush to the back of the bit holder like that. And you can see that the hex is embedded completely in the plastic. It's actually melted around it, so it won't go anywhere. It's very, very well, it's in there. You probably could not even pull this out if you had this in a vise and tried pulling, pliers on this. It would not come off. So once that's done, and you have that small tube portion, this will be a complete cylinder all the way around. You're going to start heating up the back of this. And when you do, get a piece of wood, something like this, and another piece, and lay it down and put another piece of wood on top of it and flatten it out. Just press it down. In flattening it out, as soon as you've done that, heat it up a little bit more again, then take your file and push it into the back of that like that, and try to push it up as far as you can so it's almost touching the back of the hex, the 4mm portion. And then it's going to be on there good and tight. It won't go anywhere. And you'll end up with something that looks like this. So you can then take bits. This particular one doesn't use a magnet. It's got a spring on the inside that holds the bits in place. So I have to use the pliers to pull it out, but you could use one with a magnet. You can just cut it to size. Again, that 1/2 inch on the bottom is all you really need in the way of mounting it. And you can just, drop in whatever bits you wanted to. So you could have Torx, whatever you want to use, whatever bits you want to use. It'll fit into a 4mm standard bit holder. It'll work just fine. This will take you a while to figure this thing out. I would suggest getting a whole bag of these pens, something like this, and just going through it. So I've done like 3 or 4 of these things after playing around with it and finally figuring out what to do. You got to get the temperature just right when you're melting this, or not even melting it, but just heating it up so it becomes flexible and then conforms to the file really nicely. Now, this file is not designed to take high torque. It is not. This is a very, you can screw things in with this now. The way this is currently set up, it'll work just fine. Let me see if I can get one here that we can play around with. We'll try, you know what, I'll do this. Drop this one in here. And I've got a screw already in this piece of wood, and it just fits perfectly, and you can just drive it right in. So yeah, it works very nicely. But it's going to give you the option then to get into deeper locations as well, because you have a much longer bit extender on this thing. You could probably make a shorter version if you wanted to. I think this is as short as I can get it with, with these extenders on top. I use the metal extender because the tube, when I try to use the tube and melt it to fit just a single bit like this, there's just no way it could take the torque, and it was just stripping every single time. So I actually dropped a query into AI with asking it suggestions, and it came back with, well, forget about that. Why don't you just mount the plastic, melt it directly to the back of the hex nut, which is what we ended up doing here, which has been working very, very nicely. So yeah, that's what I did. You could probably, adjust the size of this further if you wanted to, but this is a standard size extended right now. And as you can see, I have to pull it out with a pair of pliers, but it holds it's a very, very strong hold on this thing. You can see that there's a little spring on the inside in there that holds in place that straight line. But yeah, I can pretty much put anything I want except for double-sided. Actually, I think I might be able to get a double-sided here. Nope. So yeah, just a single-sided for this specific type of bit extender. But yeah, it holds. It's mounted really nicely to this right now. It's very tight. But again, you got to be careful. If you turn it like this, and it's really tempting to do it. Hold it like this, hold like that, and then torque things down. It's not going to take very much to break that hinge right there. This hinge was just never engineered to do that kind of tension. So yeah, it's a nice little interesting mod. It's more of an experiment for me to see what would happen when I did it, and I found out that if maybe Nextool will re-engineer something or make it smaller, or something that'll work here, or just more strength, or a thicker file, or some special attachment here for hooking up an extender like this, that would work well. That would be fantastic. But this is a great little tool on its own. This is more like a thought experiment than anything else, but yeah, it's pretty cool. This is a really interesting device. I mean, it's got a great pair of scissors in it. Nice little, they've increased the size of the pliers as well. There's a neat little blade in here too, up there. And then on the other side, you've got the file, which is cool. And then you've got, we also have, where the hell it goes? Oh, here it is. We've got a little screwdriver and a bottle opener. And the other side, the two-dimensional Phillips head right here, little 2D Phillips head. So all these tools, and if you wanted to, you could, run the extender on here as well. And there you go. You got like just a load of stuff here. So it's a little crazy looking, but it's remarkable that this thing is 2 inches and it will fit into your little Levi's pocket very easily. And look at this. It's now this size, which is crazy. It's 2 inches. It's a remarkable little tool. Very, very impressed with this thing. So that was fun. Sometimes things don't turn out the way you want them to, but still, if I hadn't gone through the process, I don't think I would have figured out that this hinge is as fragile as it is. Well, I shouldn't say fragile. It's fine for what it does, which is for basically filing nails. And I'm going to say something about this file. I've complained about these Nextool files for quite a while, and this is a fantastic file, the one that they put on here now. So that's a big leap, and I'm not the only one who complained about these things. They almost felt like they were polishing your nail rather than filing your nail. But yeah, this is it's a cool little tool. The extender really is not a huge option for this unless they make something small and really boost up how this hinge works. But I enjoyed doing this video. It was fun. It was quite a lot of playing around to figure out that it wouldn't work in the long run. I mean, it might, just as long as you don't torque down on this, but I'm just too tempted to do that. I'd rather have something like a little mini ratchet like this with the 711L. This new bit thing, I might got an upcoming video on this. This thing is going to be, it's amazing. It looks like it's just another bit extender. It's not. It's very cool what this does. Anyway, I'm getting off on the wrong tangent here. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. This was fantastic. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please, if you have suggestions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below. Be sure to check out the description for this video for links to a lot of the stuff that I've shown here, as well as the previous video that I did on this. I'm not sponsored by this. I like this product. It's amazing how Nextool has really, I mentioned this previously, they've really stepped up in a way they fix, repair, improve on their technology and how they're making these things. So this is a very impressive little device for everything it does. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Hope to see you again. Take care.